Okay. I love you, 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 love you,
Yo, what's going on, guys? SlyPie here, and today I am reviewing my brand new Five Nights at Freddy's movie custom plushies. Now, I made all 5 of these plushies for my Five Nights at Freddy's plush movie that I'm releasing in 2 parts on November 4th, next Saturday, at the time of watching this video, if you're watching this on release day, which will be the 27th of October, and next Sunday, the 5th of November. Both parts are going to be released, and the full movie will be released. It's literally just going to be an episode compilation, so as long as you watch both parts and you watch both movies, or the full movie. But yeah, super excited for that, so look forward to that. I made an entire 100% accurate Five Nights at Freddy's plushie movie set, and it's going to be an insane movie. Probably the craziest thing I have ever done on my channel. So without further ado, let's get right into the review, and we're gonna start with Foxy. So checking out Foxy right here, I wanted to capture the essence of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 Foxy, something Funko really failed to do, and so I went out on a mission to make sure this guy was as accurate as possible and still looks like a plushie, and so I did. I went and got some mink fabric from my local fabric store, which is very similar to the fabric that Funko actually uses, and I made these awesome little pants that he has. It's got the really cool little tears, and under here, it's still endoskeleton leg. This endoskeleton leg is just some silver squishy fabric that I found, and I actually really like it because it's extremely easy to sew together. This whole build was actually probably one of the more challenging ones. Bonnie probably took the longest for obvious reasons, but this guy was pretty challenging, with the pants being something I really have never done before, and a pattern that I was completely new to. And moving on to the hand, I gave him his classic silver hand, since we all know Foxy is missing a hand, and he's also missing a hand in the FNAF movie, if you were wondering, because the models are 100% accurate, or at least 99% accurate to the game models. Now he has this little withering on his chest that he has in the game, and a little bit of withering on his arm. Now I do want to fix this before I film the Five Nights at Freddy's plush movie. I want to make this, I want to glue 2 pieces of felt together, because this is kind of floppy and flimsy, and that doesn't obviously look too well, because when I'm filming with him, it'll kind of scrunch up like that, and who wants that? Because that's not a hook. That's a worm. That's a silver worm, whatever that means. And then I decided, you know what, Foxy, you need an open mouth. Like, I don't know what Funko was thinking. Yes, he's very cute with his closed mouth, but come on, let's give Foxy some teeth. So I gave Foxy his proper golden teeth, not an orange tooth, a gold tooth, and I gave him all of his other sharp teeth. I plan to fix this up a little bit before the movie. I'm gonna glue these down kind of to the mouth, so it won't stick out as much, and then maybe add 1 more set of teeth on each side. But other than that, he looks pretty good, and it's pretty finalized. Now the eye, I wanted to capture the fact that they are inside of a casing, the outer side, outer, what would you call it, casing of the animatronic, and so I believe I captured that by cutting off the eye and putting a black piece of fabric. If you want to know how I made these guys, I have 5 shorts up on my YouTube channel right now that you guys can go check out, which show a little DIY tutorial on how I made these guys. Now for the eyebrows, I cut off the original eyebrows and added more accurate eyebrows, as the Funko ones are kind of silly and go more based off of the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Sanchi plushie models, and they failed at that, by the way. Now, one thing I didn't add that is in the movie is his eye patch actually goes all the way around his head, and then there appears to be a piece of duct tape on the back of his head actually in the movie, something I did notice today. I watched the movie about a few hours ago, so this is a pretty fresh reaction, and I can say I got a lot of these guys pretty accurate. But yeah, Foxy looks super good. I'm super happy with how he turned out, and let's move on to the next plushie, which is Bonnie. Let's actually just put Foxy over in Pirate's Cove here where he belongs, and we can even close up the curtains. This is a missing wall here, by the way, right now. I don't have this set up. There's actually a wall. It's back here. I just, it's pretty late at night. I didn't want to set the whole thing up. But here we go. We have the next plushies, Bonnie. So here's Bonnie. Now for Bonnie, I had to take a Bonnie plush, unsew the entire thing, snag the pattern, and use this brand new fabric. And this fabric looks super cool because I think I got the colors pretty spot on. He's got this very rich creamy blue along with this gray sort of bluey snout contrast material, and then we have his bow tie right here, which is the original Bonnie bow tie. I actually noticed in the movie he has some stripes on his bow tie, so that's something we haven't seen on Bonnie before, and I never noticed that before on the models. Now I know in the movie he has more of a red eye, which I think Chica does as well in the movie. So that's something I do wish I added, but obviously I couldn't, do that with this plush. But yeah, then I added his ears. Now, unlike the regular Bonnie plush, I decided to sew them with a gap in the middle because as we see in the FNAF movie, he actually has his ears more spread out, and they kind of go like this in the movie. They go back and forth and stuff, which they do in the game, but they're usually more like this in the game, just like the plushie, but I decided to make it more movie accurate, and so I did. And his eyes, I added the cool little eyelids that I wanted to add with all the plushies, and you guys will have to wait and watch my FNAF plush movie to see how I make the orange glow on the eyes, because I have a pretty creative take on that, I believe, and I think you guys will really like to see what I do there. But yes, this is an original nose, and everything looks great. I decided to, well, I kind of forgot to add the Bonnie tail, but I guess it works out because in the movie he doesn't have a tail, neither does original Bonnie, only Toy Bonnie does. So I guess that works out if we're going for accuracy, which I was. And let me just tell you guys, he's extremely squishy and he's extremely soft. As you can tell, the fabric is a little fuzzy. Now, the reason why it looks like that is this is the fabric that Funko uses, but they do fabric treatment, and basically what that means is they vacuum up all of their minks to kind of get rid of this excess. If I pull at this enough, some will eventually come off, and that's why it looks more matte down like that. And there's just a whole bunch of other processes that go through in the factory that add to that flatter look, but that's why he looks fuzzy. So over time he'll matte down and look a lot more accurate, but for now I really like him and I think he looks great, and I'm super excited to add him to my Five Nights at Freddy's plush collection. Alright, next up, Freddy Fazbear. So moving on to Freddy Fazbear here, I took a more accurate take. Obviously, I wanted to unsew the entire thing and give him a more dark fur, but I guess it didn't really matter because this is pretty accurate. What Funko uses, this weird orangey red, is kind of accurate, and the color just isn't, unsewing it is just not really worth it because the color really doesn't change too much, so I just saved myself a lot of time and just customized his eyes. Now I do wish I would have made them a little bit more circular, but since his eye holes were so big, I didn't really have much of an option. But I do really like the way he turned out. I gave him his iconic little weird eyebrows, and of course he's just got his hat. I wanted to fix up his hat a little bit, but again, I was facing time constraints with the release of the FNAF movie, so there was a lot of things I wanted to do to these plushies that unfortunately I just didn't have the time for. There's not much to say about Freddy. He's pretty much just a regular Freddy plush with his eyes and eyebrows changed, but I really like the way he turned out, and I think he resembles FNAF 1 Freddy just that much more. Alright, and a lot of the things I said for Freddy are gonna go for Chica as well. Now, I gave Chica an extra eyelid on each eye under, because I noticed a lot in the movie she had squinty eyes, like she was angry or looking at you very creepily, and so I added these 4 eyelids, well, I guess 2, these 2 extra eyelids, 4 in total, just to kind of give her that more sinister, I'm gonna kill you look that she has in the movie. And of course, I got rid of her angry Funko eyebrows and just added in some more Angry Birds looking eyebrows. They're still angry and bushy and stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, that's just Chica. Now, something I didn't mention with Bonnie is, in my plush movie, I'm gonna give her her cupcake. I'm just gonna use the Hex cupcake, and then for Bonnie, I'm gonna give him the Hex Bonnie guitar, which looks pretty good. And so they're gonna have their special little accessories, so don't you guys worry about that. Also, the dining room isn't the only pizzeria part I built. I built every single room in the movie, so be excited for that and be hyped for that. But yeah, that's Chica. There's not much to say about her, and let's move on to everyone's the part that everyone's most excited about, which is obviously William Afton. So with William Afton, I had to do something pretty tricky. There was a few extra steps that, to the naked eye, most people wouldn't notice that went into this plush. Now, for this plush, I used a total of 2 Springtrap plushies and 1 Spring Bonnie plush. I was originally going to use a Springtrap plushie and unsew the entire thing and resew it with Spring Bonnie coloring, but I'm glad I didn't because this looks the best in my opinion. Now, the reason I needed 2 Springtraps is this is one long Springtrap mouth. Now, if you look closely, I cut this is as long as the Springtrap mouth goes, and then right here on each side, I cut another Springtrap's mouth in half, sewed it in, and sewed it in. You can see the little seams. I think I did that pretty spotlessly, and that looks really good. I used Springtrap's eyes. I just snagged them into the eye holes here after I cut out Spring Bonnie's and colored them black with the creepy little white pupils. Now, I went ahead and cut out a lot of Springtrap's embroidery and glued it onto this plush and gave it a black outline, just like the model has from the movie. The movie model has these weird black smudges around the withering, which I thought looked pretty neat. So I made sure to bring that out in my custom plush to make sure it's the most accurate it can be. I gave him his little withering here. There was a withering here in the movie, but I decided not to add it just because complexity. It is a plushie, and there's some withering on his arms and stuff like that, but I decided not to add it. I added his leg withering, his stomach withering. His buttons are black in the movie, but I didn't want to change it because I just thought it would look too much like the withering, and I didn't want people to think that there was just a bunch of dots on his stomach. But yes, these are buttons, so I decided to keep them purple. Moving on to the back, we have nothing new on the back. For his ear, all I did was cut it in half, stuffed a piece of that silver fabric in his ear, if I can get it to focus. There we go, and I just colored black around that. For this, I used 2 Springtrap embroideries. So yes, many Springtraps were harmed in the making of this plushie, but I think it was for the better because this plushie came out fantastic, and I'm super happy with the way he looks. Now, I actually got this Spring Bonnie from Neo Plush Productions, and luckily, he did the job of dirtying this guy up for me, so it looks like it does in the movie. And wow, can I just say, this plush looks absolutely amazing. It's definitely my favorite out of the 5 that I made for the movie, and I'm super excited to show off his serial killerness in my plush movie. Alright everyone, and that was my review of my Five Nights at Freddy's movie custom plushies. That is a mouthful. Be excited for November 4th and November 5th for my 2-parter FNAF movie series, I guess you can say, just a 2-parter movie. So make sure you guys tune in to the premiere next Saturday. It'll probably be at 12 p.m. EST or 11 a.m. EST next Saturday. So make sure you guys tune in for that. It's going to be a massive video. It's going to be a spectacle and probably the most crazy video I've ever done on this channel. I have been working for the last 2 weeks to get this all done. I have been making this set day and night, working 10-hour days to make sure this set is done, finished, and to the liking of you guys. I'm making sure that it looks the best it possibly can and that it resembles the movie set as much as I possibly can with cardboard boxes and plushies. So I think I did a pretty good job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like for more. Make sure you guys check out my YouTube Shorts if you haven't already. If you're coming from YouTube Shorts, hi, how are you? Check out some other videos on my channel. There's some great ones. Along with the plush movie, I also just want to announce one more thing. Well, 4 more things. I'm going to be doing Five Nights at Freddy's plushies go see the FNAF movie. I'm going to be doing a toy hunt with Puggo's Pizzeria. I'm going to be doing kind of a little vlog because Puggo's Pizzeria bought out an entire movie theater, and me and other YouTubers like Andy Matronic go and hang out with a bunch of fans and watch the FNAF movie and do a bunch of stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that, and maybe we'll see a new Hex video soon. So make sure you guys keep your eye out for that. They're going to be awesome. XSmart sponsored the premiere, the movie event that we're doing, so it's going to be super awesome, and I'm giving a bunch of plushies out to fans, bunch of fun stuff. So keep your eye out on my channel, all the shorts, all the videos, because this month is going to be absolutely filled to the brim with Five Nights at Freddy's movie content. So if you guys want to know where the ultimate destination is for Five Nights at Freddy's movie plush content, that is right here on the SlyPie channel. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and comment down below which custom plushies you want me to make next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. If you made it this far in the video, comment #FNAF movie, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.
All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in this feelings night?
All I wanna do